Hi everyone, I'm going to do another reading now, and at the moment I don't know where we're going with this. As I always say, I just do these intuitively, so I am led by my team and my guides and my loved ones in spirit, and they just channel this information through me. Okay, the card has come. Perspective. So I feel that this is a divine feminine perspective, and this is you realizing how much beauty there is within, and the fact that what you see on the outside is not necessarily a true reflection of what's really going on. And as we've said many times recently, there's a lot of these layers building up, and amongst that, if you imagine it a bit like you can see in the card here, it's almost like clouds. You've got layer upon layer of cloud and of texture and of colour, and those are sort of what we're seeing in the real world. And surface level, we see what is staring us in the face at times, but if we can just break through that, it's almost as if we can cut through that veil and release some of those aspects that are not actually real, they're not a true reflection of what's going on, then we'll be able to see things a lot better, and we'll be able to understand not only ourselves better but other people as well. So trying to just sort of look for almost like flaws in the fabric, looking at a situation, or a loved one, or even yourself, and trying to see if there's a flaw there, if there's a way, there's a small crack, a way of getting in to uncover the masterpiece that is hidden within. Because I feel as well, there are many layers upon layers upon layers that create who we are in this current lifetime. And that includes going back over past lives and all the layers of the lives we've lived and how those lives affected us, and now, have travelled forward with us into this current life. So sometimes we need to strip that away. We need to get back to a blank canvas and be able to almost remaster our own truth and our own existence. And yeah, a good way to do that is by meditating. You can ask your team, you guys, your loved ones, to help you through meditation to uncover some of those truths, perhaps things about yourself that you have buried, or perhaps things that you do in this life which actually aren't for you, that you might be doing them blindly, you might be doing them on autopilot and not paying attention to whether or not they actually resonate with you at this current time. So having that time for self-reflection and going within is really, really important. Yeah, and I feel that this is you sort of connecting with your inner child, then that healing, angelic, beautiful, loving side of yourself that I feel for many of you, you've actually really moved out of touch with that. You've forgotten what that's like, and now is the time to do that. It's a time to revisit that and to call in your angels and your team to support you, to open your mind a little bit, to let your wings fly, and just to see things from a beautiful, childlike, innocent angle. And that doesn't mean that you're going to ignore all the important stuff or disregard something that's really significant. It's just trying to get things to be seen in a lighter perspective, and from a perspective of love and bliss and innocence, because as children are very good at seeing and understanding things very clearly. Their lenses have not been as warped or as misted over yet as adults, and so they can tune in and understand things a lot easier than we can. So yeah, just going back and looking at life through that childlike gaze. And if you can do that, then that opens up your field to what is expansion, the whole world that exists outside of yourself and within yourself, because there are elements that are within yourself that may perhaps even feel a million miles outside of yourself. So getting in touch, getting in tune, letting down those guards and retrieving the information that matters there. Yeah, and again, I always see this card as a reflection of inner child work. And yeah, I feel that that's the same. It's a backup card for what we've just had. It's showing us that if you connect with your team and you're loyal to yourself, you will be able to transform. You will be able to see beyond the sort of illusion you're living within, and you'll be able to start a new beginning. You'll be able to create and have a think about what it is you dream of, what it is you believe in, what it is you desire, and know that that's protected, that your people are there to support you, and allow that to come forward. Yeah, because it's time for transformation, and this one keeps coming up time and time again. It is time now to move forwards and to break the cycles, to not be stuck in the same place. Time has just stood still for too long now, and nothing has happened. So because of that, there's going to be some sort of shake-up. There's going to be a realisation and a big change coming that might hit you, it might catch you off guard. But you could also try and be ready for that. You could prepare yourself as best you can by becoming aware of what it is you need. And hopefully in doing that, that will guide you to the right direction, the place that you need to head towards. Yeah, because you've got many options here, and I think it is just taking that time to be in a tranquil place where you feel at peace and at ease, and where you can think clearly and see clearly and engage with yourself. And I feel that that place is nature. So take that time to just explore. It's almost like, if you see this well here, if you could bend over and look into the well and see your own reflection gazing back at you, what would you say? What would you say if you were a friend in your situation? How would you look at your life in a different perspective? And how would you guide that person to make a better decision and to move into the right path, in the right direction? So yeah, it's the theme that is constant at the minute. It's going within, it's self-reflection, it is self-love, and just taking that time. And for some of you, that might involve going away with other people. And I know that that seems, contradictory to what I've just said, taking time for yourself. But perhaps if you're feeling resistant to it and you don't feel comfortable, or you're in denial about needing to do this, wanting to do this, perhaps you will be going away with friends or family anyway. And in those moments of calm and stillness, and especially if you're going somewhere where you're outdoors and you're connecting with nature, you're just going to naturally and very subtly tune in with what is going on for you. And that's when you're going to realise what the plan is and what it is you actually need. Yeah, and we know this again, these repeat, but what you need right now is rest and relaxation. It is essential. We need to do this. We have to do this, because if we don't look after ourselves, then we are no good to other people in our lives. And I don't mean that to sound awful. Obviously we always try our best, but the point is, if you want to be the best version of yourself and show up as that best version, then that means sometimes you need to take that step away. You need to focus on self, and you need to recharge your own batteries and just regain some of that deep connection with yourself, with source, with your life and where you're going, and how you're feeling as well. I feel like there's a lot of people out there are very tired. Their emotions are getting the better of them, and they're just feeling really heavy and really drained. So do listen to that message. Yeah, take some time for healing. Take a good look at yourself in the mirror. Treat yourself. Be kind to yourself. Get yourself a spa day, or just have a bath, or buy yourself something new that makes you feel, a million times better. Do something that brings out your light and brings you back into your own sort of, your own core, your own place of strength, where you feel that you're grounded again, you're standing strong. It's almost like you're putting yourself on a pedestal, and I don't mean that to sound sort of egotistical, big-headed. It's just that if you can get back into the better way of feeling, then you are ready to take on whatever comes at you, and you know that you're protected and you're safe because you've been healed along the way. And this card has just jumped out twice. So, yeah, getting in touch with your emotions, feeding into your own cup. I feel that is, filling up your own cup, focusing on self. Don't be splitting yourself three ways. Don't be trying to please other people all the time and running around dashing about doing things for everyone else. Sometimes you just need to stop and just to see your own light, to be able to tune back into it, to switch it back on, to turn up the brightness and say, actually, hey, I need this to be able to see where I'm going. I need to have my own time, my own space to fill up my own cup, and then I can move forward confidently. It's a really powerful card, actually, that one. It's come up a few times recently, but now I see, as much as it's very simplistic, there's a lot of power there. Yeah, and then if you get to this point, then you will be able to fly free. And that's what you truly want to feel anyway. That's your deepest desire, is to get rid of this burdened feeling, this tense, there's an excessive sense of control at the minute. There's frustration, there's anger, there's heaviness, there's a lot of weight and a lot of stress, and that is leaving you depleted. It is leaving you feeling exhausted and with little direction. You feel like, you can't go on, you want to give up. Just please, honestly, don't. Just know that what you need to do is just take this time to go inwards, to heal and to move forwards, and that will get you where you need to be. Yeah, beautiful. And that place that you need to be at is true love. You need to ground yourself, heal yourself, grow and understand yourself to get to this place, to get to that lovely, beautiful energy that it does consume you, but in a wonderful way. It's almost as if, the energy of this connection comes at you and hits you like a million fireworks. It's like a magical solar storm, and yet you on the inside come out to meet it, and it's like you become one. It's like you're translucent, invisible. It's like you've been turned inside out, and it's all just one energy anyway. And it's that moment in those connections with this person who's your twin. I feel that you realise the nature of this connection, that it is source, it is divine. Because how can any one person bring out that side of you from the inside if you did not know it was there? How can they do that? Well, because it's divine, because it's meant to be, and because, normal connections and perhaps karmic relationships or other family connections cannot do that for a reason, because they're not meant to. They're there in our lives to teach us other things. And when this person steps up as our twin and we realise and acknowledge there is something different there is power. It's almost like, you're learning for the first time. It's the first time you've seen a play on stage, or the first time you've heard a live performance. It takes you into this magical energy where there's just so much blossoming and so much growth and beautiful unfolding transformation. And yeah, much like watching the fireworks, billow out in front of you. It's beautiful. It is power. Only that one person is meant to do that for you, and it's the only person that can. It's absolutely beautiful. Yeah, and don't give up on the learning side of things. If you feel that that's it, there's more to life, there's more to this connection or spiritual connections, then research it, read up on it, and embrace it. Make it part of your daily life, to just take, even if it's only 10 minutes a day, to read something. It could be one article or one quote or something, or listen to something that resonates with this journey, with this learning. Surround yourself, submerge yourself in it, and the more you do that, the more you embody it, and it will empower you, it will move you forward, and it will awaken you further. It will deepen that connection and that bond together. Yeah, follow your dreams, and help will find you in unforeseen ways. So do what it is you need to do. Do what you need to achieve in your life, or and that doesn't mean a great sort of sense of achievement, like an accomplishment that for all to see. It could be something small within yourself that you just need to accomplish. Do it. Take the time. If it's something you want to learn, then go ahead and do it. Just put yourself first for change. Take notice of where your light shines, and then shine the spotlight on it and allow it to flourish. Allow it to get bigger and brighter and even more beautiful. Yeah, and that to me is perfect. It's showing us that if we connect with that divine connection, that wonderful energy that is within all of us, and it really truly is within all of us. Wow, next card's just jumped out and it's moved me there. Yeah, if you connect with that, which is already within you, it will heal you and it will grow you at the same time. So never fear it. Never fear what is perhaps in the distance, in the future to come. Never fear what is beneath the murky waters of your own shadow. Just trust in this feeling. Trust in this work, this connection as a twin, this journey which is about the growth and the transformation and the divine love and connection. You are making it. You are heading in the right direction. You can swim in these waters and they will not take you under. You are protected. And this one I feel is the last card. It jumped out while I was shuffling and doing that last card at the same time. And there we have it, answers within. We know if we go within, if we take the time to listen to our heart and our intuition and our real inner knowing, we already know the truth. We know what it is we need to hear. We know what it is we need to do. We know which direction to head in. Sometimes we just are a little bit too scared to blow that candle out on our past and, the energy of who we once believed ourselves to be. It's almost as if I do this, will that mean that I'm not this person anymore? Well, no, not at all, because even though you may heal elements of yourself and move on from them, they are still part of you. There's still some weavings of the threads within you which show that that's who you were and that's what made you where you are now. Everything is connected, so never fear that you're going to leave part of yourself behind or you're not going to recognise yourself. And don't worry about your twin either. Don't be fearing that if you do all this and they're not going to like you anymore or they're going to be freaked out by all the stuff you're talking about. Not at all, because you are your own divine light, and if you shine your light authentically, beautifully, and you are, true to your own heart and your desires, your passions, then your twin will always be guided back home to that light. And that's what it's all about, you being you. As much as we're working on them in this connection at the same time, you must focus on self. You must align with your truth. And only then will the open road in front appear. Only then can you release and move into that wonderful space of love and bliss. It's unconditional and it's waiting for you. It's just a question of when you are ready. Okay, I hope that helped everyone. Thank you for listening. Have a lovely day. Bye.